What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Fanatics podcast. I'm Nathan. I'm here with Spencer. How you doing, Spencer?
It's the finale of the ADPs that we like and love.
It is
This is gonna be
indeed.
the best one yet.
Yeah, some would argue that the tight end position is the league-winning position. If you grab a good one, or if you get stuck with a bad one, it can cost you, getting to the playoffs. First things first, be sure to follow us on Twitter, the FF Fanatics 3. Check out our website, theFFFanatics.com. And while you're here, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. So today we have 6 tight ends that we feel are overvalued going too early in draft. A lot of it is potential and hype. Some of it is solid players who are in just not too great situations. So, Spencer, you want to lead off? Who you got first?
Yeah, I'll start with Noah Fant. Um, one tight end that I like is Albert O. He's taken his spot, but Noah Fant's heading to Seattle, and possibly the worst quarterback room in the league.
Not
I think
possibly. 100%.
top 3 for sure.
No, top 1.
Maybe Cleveland without Deshaun Watson.
No, I take Jacoby Brissett in a heartbeat.
Over Geno or Drew Lock?
Yes.
Isn't it funny Noah Fant finally got traded from Denver and could be playing with Drew Lock again?
No, he won't be. He'll be playing with Geno.
That's an awful situation, but he's going around tight end 15. I have him at 23. You have him at 17. I may move him back even more.
I have since moved him back.
Yeah, he could be the third target. You said that Geno doesn't like Tyler Lockett. That's what he should last year.
Mm-hmm.
But Noah Fant isn't better than Tyler Lockett. He should be the number 3 target. And they drafted another running back. They have 2 good running backs. Noah Fant could realistically see 3 or 4 targets a game, and I would not be surprised.
I don't see Seattle scoring anywhere close to as many points as last year. I think Fans can be very touchdown dependent. Gino likes to force the ball to DK. I mean, for a good reason, but like from a fantasy perspective, it's just not ideal.
Would you rather have Jelani Woods or Noah Fant?
I mean, at that point, when you're drafting the 2 of them, you're going for upside because that's probably going to be your second one. I'd probably go with Woods.
What about in tight end 2 league or 2 tight ends league?
No, I'd probably go Fant then, just because he's probably more guaranteed. Option. Yeah, but the thing is with Seattle, and we were talking about this last video, is Seattle is known for having multiple tight ends and they rotate them in and out. Hopefully this year they'll stick with Noah Fant like they used to with Jimmy Graham, but I guess only time will tell.
Yeah, you have an unpopular one. You want to go ahead and?
Yeah, my first one is TJ Hockenson. The only reason for this is last year he was pretty underwhelming. 583 yards, 4 touchdowns.
He was super hyped last year. He was stupid hyped.
I think he's a fantastic player, but I'm not a believer in Jared Goff. They have improved weapons around him, so they're gonna, take some of those targets away. DeAndre Swift is gonna be getting the ball, and Jamal Williams are gonna be getting the ball a lot. And Hockenson, I think, is without a doubt, the most keyed in passing option for the Lions, and I just don't see him having a good season right now. He's going about tight end 6 or 7. I would put money on him finishing below that. I just think that's a bit of a reach. If you're in that range, I'm going for someone like Dalton Schultz or Zach Ertz, even Dallas Goedert. I would Dawson go for Knox. Dawson Knox. I'd probably take.
Yeah, I wouldn't take Dawson Knox.
I'd probably take Hockenson over Knox. Yeah, I'd take Hockenson.
I think the only one out of those I would take over him is Schultz. I would definitely take Schultz over Hockenson.
Yeah, in the graphic that you made, it's got me at him at tight end 6. I can't remember if he was one of the ones that moved back, but he's around there. Like I think he's maybe around that talent. I'm avoiding him in my drafts. I just don't like it. He's got upside, but I'm nervous about the other weapons they've got.
Yeah, my next one is Cole Kmet. I have him at 24. I don't know if you still have him at 16.
I think he's around there, yeah.
But he's going around tight end 10. He's going right after Dawson Knox in most drafts. He didn't catch a single touchdown last year.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields wasn't good last year. If Justin Fields improves, he's going to be the second target in that offense. The running backs are still going to get theirs. But I'm much lower on Cole Kmet. The talent, is sort of there. He was a good player coming out of Notre Dame.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't trust that offense. Like I said, I I think you like Darnell Mooney a lot more than I do.
Yeah.
I trust Justin Fields as a rusher. I love Justin Fields as a fantasy quarterback, but time will tell if the passing's there.
Yeah, in Cole Kmet, it's kind of similar to the Noah Fant situation. I don't see Chicago piling on the points. I think it's going to become very touchdown dependent. 600 yards in a season is not really startable. But in non PPR, that's 60 points for the whole season. That's just nothing. PPR he scored 120. I mean, that's so. I mean, 60 catches for a tight end is okay.
Yeah, I mean the yards isn't too awful.
Yeah,
But
it's
I mean,
okay.
touchdowns are going to go up. I think yards are going to go down. They're going to kind of equal themselves out.
Yeah, the thing he does have for him is, Allen Robinson's gone, so I think he's unquestionably going to be the number 2 option. If Justin Fields can get it together and the line can hold up, he's got potential. He's another one. If I'm drafting, I want him to be my second tight end. I don't want to be banking
Exactly.
on him.
And I don't, in a 12-team league, he's being drafted as a starting tight end. I just don't like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't hate the player. The
Bad
price
situation.
is way too much to be asking.
Agreed.
But who's your next one?
Next, I'm going to go with Mike Gesicki. Obviously, a lot of hype around Tyreek Hill going to Miami. So that's going to take a lot of targets away from Gesicki. Another thing that concerns me, I've had Gesicki in the past, and he primarily lines up at receiver, which is a plus. Last year, he had 73 catches, 780 yards, but only 2 touchdowns. But the thing that is frustrating is he is not on the field as much as I would like him to be. With in the past, they had Adam Shaheen and Dalton Smythe, and they would have 2 of them who are irrelevant would play just as much, if not more, than Gesicki. Gesicki is talented. I just think it screams feeding to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle and feeding they got 4 decent running backs back there. I just don't think there's enough to go around for Mike Gesicki to be relevant. He's going as tight end 13, so it's on the border of starting in a 12-team league. I would refrain from drafting him as a starter.
Yeah, I don't like Tua. I don't like him, and he is being drafted around a starter in 12-team leagues.
Mm-hmm.
And he could very well be the third. I think he's likely to be the third target in that offense, in a not great offense that a lot of people are overrating.
I like the Dolphins offense, unlike Spencer's made that clear. I think Tua, it's a make or break season for him. I think he's going to come through just because he's got the weapons. Just Gesicki, I just think he's going to get phased out, to be honest. Who got your last one?
Irv Smith Jr. That might be an unpopular one also. But I think like a lot of these, the third target in an offense, the offense isn't that bad, but Irv Smith has not shown anything. It's kind of all been just hype. Every year it's hype.
An injury, to be fair.
And I think a lot of that is because he went to Alabama. If somebody sees that Alabama tag on someone, they're like, oh, this guy's going to be a stud. That's not true with all players. O.J. Howard was super hyped coming out of Alabama. He's a tight end 2 on offense now.
Mm-hmm.
Irv Smith has the talent, super athletic, but time will only tell. He's been drafted as tight end 14. He's going right after Mike Gesicki, who's a proven talent.
Yeah, the targets there are so clearly defined that they go to Jefferson and Thielen, and like the occasional screen to Cook. I mean, that's like
the touchdown guy, and Jefferson's the yards guy.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how it rolls. KJ Osborne will get his here and there. Alexander Masson here and there, but it's mainly Thielen and Jefferson. I agree with Spencer here. I've got Smith ranked lower than his ADP. He's got potential. Like Spencer noted, he is yet to show it.
Every year, it's just this guy has potential, and
yeah,
last year he got hurt, but the year before that he just wasn't really that good.
Right. So lastly, I've got David Njoku of the Browns going as tight end 18. Just signed a bag.
Another guy who is just always this guy has potential.
His only chance is if Deshaun Watson, is prime Deshaun Watson and is featuring Njoku. Otherwise, he's shown that he is a very average tight end. I don't know why they paid him all that money off of hype. My main concern is they have Nick Chubb for now, still have Kareem Hunt, who, very talented. Dearness Johnson, who he just signed a bag too, didn't he?
Yeah.
And they drafted another one. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But in Amari Cooper, so there's a lot of mouths to feed. They're going to have to score a ton of points for Njoku to be relevant.
my personal opinion, this could be different. This video comes out in 2 days. I don't think Deshaun Watson plays football this year. I think there's a very
Very
real
real.
shot. I
Very
think
real.
there's a very real shot that he comes back week 13 or doesn't come back at all.
Very possible. Or in the off chance that they do uphold somehow his 6-game suspension, then we're maybe a different story on Njoku. But I know we're kind of assuming Brissett is his quarterback, and that's just not good for anybody involved.
Yeah, this is one ADP. This and the Jelani Woods one. And I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
He's going as tight end 18. He's
Mhm.
going right after Noah Fant.
Yeah.
I have him at 32. I have him as the last available starting tight end.
Yeah, I'd have to double check on where I've since updated him to. I want to say he's in like the low 20s for me. It's another one I'm just avoiding. I just
We
don't see
talked
the
about it.
upside.
We talked about it earlier. This could be a top 3 or bottom 3 quarterback room,
Mhm.
and he could very well be the third or fourth option on this offense.
Mhm.
And he's never really shown to be talented outside of maybe they like his blocking. I'm not sure, but he had a career year last year and had under 500 yards and 5 touchdowns.
Yeah, to be fair to the situation, hold out and see how the Deshaun Watson situation pans out. Hopefully, it'll happen before everybody has their drafts. If for some reason a 6th game is uphold, then maybe take a Njoku as a second tight end flyer on your bench, but I'm probably still going to stay away.
Yep. So, is there anything else?
That's it. Make sure to subscribe while you're here to the YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter, the FFNX3. Hit us up, message us, tweet at us, whatever you want to see. We will do our best to bring it to you. All of our content is on our website as well, the ffnx.com. Soon to be updated. We'll have our updated rankings. They have not been released yet as of making this video, but they will be soon. We do tiers. We do weekly rankings when the season starts, draft advice. If you want our help during your draft, hit us up. We will schedule a time to try and FaceTime you and help you out. Best of luck to everybody. We're getting closer to draft season. I'm super pumped.
I'm ready for some football. But that's it. Remember, subscribe, follow, and we'll see you in the